Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT, the Lexington Police Department still investigating an officer-involved shooting that happened over the weekend. We'll have more on the officers and the suspect involved.
Richmond police still trying to find a robber this morning that they say tried to rob someone on the EKU campus.
And fire crews are still trying to determine what led to a fire at an old car wash in Lexington. Those stories and more, and breaking news as it happens. It's coming up on WKYT This Morning. Hey, good morning to you. Glad you're with us. Hope you had a great weekend and you're ready to go on this Thanksgiving week. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Weird weather. That's all you can really say.
And a lot of folks with a lot of plans, obviously, and travel included over the next few days. Let's check in with Micah because there will be a lot to track over the next few days. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, outside right now, it feels fantastic. This is the way you want to start off a work week. You're walking outside, dry conditions. That's number one. Number two is it feels really, really good. I mean, look at these temperatures. 50s and 60s. Now, this is actually above average for your afternoon high for this time of year. So this is definitely abnormal weather to kick off a morning here on November 24th. We're at 63 there in London. Add a little wind. Perfect. 52 by the afternoon. So you see those temperatures will start dropping and those gusty winds pump in some showers too. Now, it's not really about today or tomorrow. It's about the impacts on possibly the busiest travel day of the year. We'll go over those impacts. Where can you go and where will you not be able to go? I'll show you that coming up in a few minutes.
Micah, thank you. Leading our news, after an officer-involved shooting this weekend in Lexington, we're learning more about the officers and the man they allegedly shot.
The police chief says officers Wesley Farley and Christopher Mason are on administrative assignment after the shooting. WKYT's Mark Barber is live from the Lexington Police Station with the latest in the investigation.
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. Investigators say the two officers are on desk duty after they shot a man who is accused of trying to run them down with a truck. Lexington Police Chief Ronnie Baston tells us the officer-involved shooting happened around 4:30 yesterday morning when officers Wesley Farley and Christopher Mason were patrolling Ironworks Pike. Investigators say when the officers walked by Berea Christian Church, they saw what they believed was a drug deal happening in the parking lot. When the officers approached the two vehicles, police say the driver of the car sped off, but the driver of the truck started speeding toward the officers. That's when investigators say the officers pulled their guns and shot Joseph Kilburn, the 22-year-old behind the wheel. Police aren't saying how many times the officers fired, where Kilburn was hit, or how seriously he is hurt. We're told he was conscious when he was rushed to the hospital. The 22-year-old is charged with 2 counts of wanton endangerment and 1 count of fleeing or evading police. We're told there were also warrants for his arrest in Scott County, where he was wanted for failing to appear in court. Now, Officer Farley was hired back in 2012, and Officer Mason is a 7-year veteran of the police department. Both officers are on administrative assignment while police investigate. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. Richmond police are still trying to search for a man who they say tried to rob someone on EKU's campus last night. In an email sent to students and staff, the Emergency Management Department of the university says the attempted armed robbery happened outside of Clay Hall. We're told the man supposedly had a handgun. Police are describing him as a black male with a medium complexion, about 6 feet tall, wearing a hat and a black and red jacket over a hooded sweatshirt. Police say he ran toward the Powell building, but they have not been able to track him down. EKU leaders say that police did give the all clear around 11 o'clock last night.
A Madison County man's behind bars this morning after Lexington police arrested him for drug possession.
Police arrested Michael Jones in a motel room with a child. WKYT Sean Moody is live near the Super 8 motel with the latest on that case. Sean, good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Michael Jones is being held on charges of drug possession and wanton endangerment. Police say he was passed out in a motel room with a child. Lexington police say they were called out to the Super 8 on Buena Vista Road, just off Winchester Road, to help with Madison County Social Services on Friday night. They say a woman who had the room rented led officers inside, where they say they found Jones passed out on a bed with a needle and a plastic baggie with pills inside. On the second bed, police say they found a child asleep. Police say that child was unattended and in danger of physical injury. Now, police charged Jones with wanton endangerment, possession of a controlled substance, and drug paraphernalia. Live in Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
A wreck on the Bluegrass Parkway over the weekend killed one man and injured another. Police say a truck driving down the parkway in Woodford County on Sunday went into the median and flipped into oncoming lanes of traffic. We're told 20-year-old Jalen Tong died in the crash. The coroner says Tong was from Bardstown. Crews did rush another man to UK Hospital.
Fire crews in Lexington are trying to figure out what caused a fire at a car wash on Sunday morning. It happened around 7 a.m. at the former Premier Car Wash on New Circle and Russell Cave. Crews tell us they could see flames shooting through the roof of the car wash, and they were able to knock out the fire pretty quickly.
We're looking at moderate damage just due to the nature of the building. It is an older bit of construction there. The fire had gotten up into the roof on us, so it had quite a head start on us.
Back in October, police found the body of Brian DePreda inside that same car wash. Thomas Lucky, Joseph Sledge, and Cavion Thomas are charged with murder and robbery in connection with that death.
We have an alert this morning for folks out in Franklin County. Crews tell us some customers in the Farmdale Water District are under a boil water advisory because of a water main break early Sunday. This includes anyone in the Evergreen Market area. We're told the advisory will last about 24 hours.
Funeral arrangements are now set for a former Lexington mayor. Foster Pettit was fishing in October when his boat capsized in the Louisiana Delta. He cut his leg during that accident, and that caused a life-threatening bacterial infection from which he never recovered. Pettit was Lexington's mayor from 1972 to 1978. And his funeral will be at 2:30 this Saturday at the First Presbyterian Church on North Mill Street. Foster Pettit was 84 years old.
Okay, well, most of us are excited about Thanksgiving, right? But real estate website Estately has released a list of which states are most likely to have a miserable turkey day. The ranking looked at several categories, such as the likelihood of getting food poisoning, getting into political arguments, and dietary restrictions impacting meal quality. Kentucky ranked in the middle at number 21, also came in first in enthusiasm for Black Friday, that category. Ohio ranked most likely to have a bad Thanksgiving.
All right, interesting category. Kentucky's always right in the middle, it seems a lot of times. One of the busiest shopping days of the year, less than a week away. Many will stand in long lines for hours, even days, in hopes of grabbing the bargain of the year. And some local businesses are asking shoppers to consider spending time in their stores as well as at the big retailers. Rock Bottom Soap Company in London sells handmade soaps. The owner and his wife make them on their farm in Laurel County. And they say shopping locally can really help boost business. Some locally owned shops in southern Kentucky are also offering special deals during the holidays.